Hello there, and welcome. Well, last episode I talked about this idea of having a loose rein, and when I use that terminology, I'm really referring to horsemanship. If a well-trained horse, the rider can let the horse make decisions in that situation, so that they don't have to be pulling on the reins all the time. If they train the horse to read not just the reins, but also the legs and hips of the rider, then the horse can have a loose rein, and it has some say, some decisions to make about what's going on. I think that maybe sounds a little crazy, but I think it's really, I've seen it as the best way that horses get trained. I knew a horse trainer named Bob Curtis. He has gone now, may he rest in peace, but he did these shows and competitions where the horses he trained went through these different sort of obstacle courses. And one of the things that Bob talked about in this training was that when you watched, it didn't look like the rider was doing anything. It looked like the horse was doing it. And of course the rider was doing something, but part of what he was really good at was teaching horses to make the right decision based on not just the information they got from the reins, but the information they got from the rider's body and the information they got from the environment. And so that's part of what I think informs my way of thinking about this idea of loose reins. In the writers group that I lead, we follow sort of the typical graduate workshop pattern, which means writers bring in their work, we read the work and comment on it. Well, in a classic workshop setting, the writer of the work does not speak right when the workshop starts. They simply listen. That writer simply listens to what others are saying about the work. So, for example, occasionally I'll have someone ask a writer a question that is not so much about the discussion, but is just a simple sort of slightly unrelated question. They'll ask the writer a question, and I'll say, no, she's not allowed to answer that yet. She can in a minute, but she can't answer it yet. And so what's interesting about that is I jump in. I jump in to prevent a breach of the system we've all agreed to. And that's part of what the loose rein is. Part of what makes it great to teach adults is you establish some ground rules, and everybody learns them, and you have cooperative buy-in, which means people are less likely to dominate the conversation or break the system of the conversation if they know it. If you establish it and then follow it. Not to the detriment of anybody in the room. We're not keeping rules for the rules' sake. We're keeping rules for the sake of the people in the room so that we all feel like it's a productive and a supportive environment. That's the idea. Any classroom is supposed to be, and I'm going to say this because this is a truism, classrooms are supposed to be supportive environments. You can correct anyone in a classroom. I could be corrected by my fellow classroom members. I could be corrected by my students. If I broke the rules of the classroom, the kids could say, hey, you're breaking the rules. It's supposed to be a supportive environment. It's supposed to be an environment about growth and improvement. And any time an environment becomes poisonous and hurtful, that's not good. okay? It's not education then. It's something else. It's war. It's games. It's whatever it is, but it's not education. This is part of why I struggle with more laissez-faire social environments. Social environments do not guarantee that they're going to be supportive of everybody in the environment. Social environments sometimes are hierarchical and damaging. Sometimes they're poisonous. So I am more comfortable in the classroom because by definition it's supposed to be supportive. By definition it's supposed to encourage and uplift people. That's why I like it. Because in my heart of hearts, that's all I really want to do. I do not want to put people down. I don't want to put them under my thumb. And so for me, a loose rein is the absolute correct one, because if I die tomorrow, I hope that group stays together. If I die tomorrow, I hope they not only stay together, but they keep functioning and they pick a new roustabout to run the show and they keep going. Because I think it's a wonderful group, and I think it's a supportive group, and I think it does people good. And I think that's worth it. That's why I still do it. It's worth it to support people, to encourage people. Mother managed to write the book she always wanted to write as part of that group. How could I possibly see it as anything but a tree that's borne good fruit? And I've totally lost my center here, but I guess that's the big thing that I would say. Anytime you're in an adult group, even if it seems like, you know, they're tough, they can take hard correction, they can take rough stuff, it's really supposed to be supportive. So even if you're being direct and maybe a little blunt, also try to be supportive. That's it for this time around. I hope you have a shining rest of the day, and I hope you see me soon. You gorgeous people.